myself I have to pick up my controller. I have to fucking pick up my controller to fucking, you know, start it. Water is delicious. If you're just ever panting like a dog, just pick up a water. It's like tasting the future. All right, we are gonna start on reflection. Judging by what the picture looks like, it looks like this one's based around Monica and Yuri. Last one was Sayori and Natsuki. So yeah, now we're just doing Yuri and Monica. So yay! Let's get started with it, shall we? And I'm filming this right after I filmed the last one, which was what was the last one? Respect? No. Wait. Okay, the last one we did, the last side story. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess you're here in the first place. What? In the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a bit more of prodding. What? I've noticed that if I go on like my little tangents in this, I don't stop and like talk as much as like what I did in the past, like when I was playing this. Like, I would like stop and just say like an entire fucking sentence. Now I'm just over here just like sitting here being like, okay. And I just like stop to make like a quick sentence, then get right back to it. It's not so bad to be social if this music's scaring me, dude. With its little sizzle. To be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anymore or anyone, and there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. When you glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki, Sayori has her head cocked. What? It's 10 o'clock? Dude, it's almost fucking 10 o'clock. Back behind her mouth. What? Open, trying to catch pieces of cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air, where the pieces keep bouncing off of her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They really became good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, can the music like stop with that? It's like fucking doing that, and it just like it fucking scares the living shit out of me. Like I have to like hurry up and get finished with that sentence, or else I'm gonna die. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? No. Though that may be particularly my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging the club members. Not at all. I probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh. But I like it that way. I like it that way. That's the way I'm gonna be. What was I going with that sense? I have no fucking clue. Stop it with the music! Ah! it was nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one. And I guess those long books did you well since you spent so much time reading! I did it! Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, more or less, what? 2 genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like a romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do. If you do too. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely, and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of just felt like, please don't make me think about my past. Sorry, I just got super curious. I was so curious where I was like, I had popcorn and everything, and that fucking scared the living shit out of me. Pop-up happened, and that literally fucking just like, literally almost made me jump out of my seat. Like, it just made my heart just drop. You know? We should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch! Oof. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean it. Ah, my nose! She totally meant everything. She meant every second of what she just said. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that. I'm like that for things in my past too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in Monica. No, God, no, God, no. I've already, while looking for pictures for my thumbnails, I've seen non-explicit images that I did not want to see and that I'll never get out of my head. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga. I almost said Monica again. Fuck. Reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be on my own interest. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple years ago, I guess. I was really sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Yeah? What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. Yes, let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked, and I'm like sliding out of my chair, dude. Like, slide back over. Cause I'm about to I'm like gonna like do something, and then I'm gonna end up falling off my chair without even realizing it. And then being like, wait, did I just think what just happened? I was like, what? I had goosebumps. Yeah, I was like really fed up with a lot of things. And I got super into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kinda like Yuri. Monica! Sorry. That's completely wrong, so it's so cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think you would go if you stacked the whole series? Well, judging by that, it sounds huge. Natsuki estimates by holding her hand above her head, sizing up an imagery stack. I should get one of those. Well, what? I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long, so that I could say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted. Dude, I'm like fucking like just, you know, like jamming, like my feet are just like going with the music and it's just nice. Siri, are those from the floor? Gross. Was she wash your hands before you touch any of my butt? Or did she just eat the cookies from the floor? Are you fucking serious? You know, I would have expected nothing less. You know, to be honest, I was honestly expecting that. My hands aren't dirty. You were literally just picking them off the floor and eating and putting them in your mouth. Just do it. The oils are there, even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots to the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, a little upset. Now nerves does she have calling my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly. She was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for anyone. But she knows well how much these things mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it? Oh, sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have a strong feeling about what they like and don't like, especially in a literature club. So I should figure out how to meditate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I have been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just like trying to figure out a picture for my thumbnail. Alright, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Alright. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected and appreciated. Then either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. Then why is a side story even a thing? If she trusts Monica, then why is the side story a thing? Isn't there like some problem? The characters that's why there's a side story. Hey everyone, there was a special club meeting today. My face is just like killing me. Holy shit! Like my lips are just like crusty. As you know, the literature club is where everybody gets fucking. The literature club is where we can share things that we're really passionate about. that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. I'm just being a little dramatic about this. This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if it came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we are prepared to keep a positive atmosphere into the club. If you say so. Sure. I'm yawning. I like dying on the inside. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Siri, what's your favorite food? I'm organized by category. Should I start with snacks? Or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh, jeez. How about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? I thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious! That's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. It's nasty, man! That's nasty! That's nasty, you disgusting! How did it make you feel? I don't know, sad. What? Defensive, maybe? Oh, defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got this defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. Because you felt like your opinion was under attack by terrorists. What? But that's weird, right? Something that tastes is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using object language. What? I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Bro, I'm like getting like a lesson. Like I'm in school right now and I'm not even in it right now. Like right now, I'm like getting a lesson about like doing things. I'm getting a lesson. This is like really weird. Wait, hold on. How is that objective? Objection! How is that objective? When you just said that it was your own opinion. It was to do with the. I'm like throwing a fucking fit, dude. Like I'm like so bad, man. It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the reality of cherries, of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good. Good. Let's go back. So what instead I said like I've tried cherries and they're just not for me. It's the kind of flavor it's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. That's nasty. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. That's this time around, instead of talking about the cherries, talking about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. Instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received the invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't. Oh, was she taking notes? Are you fucking serious? Okay. Cause like I said, part 1 is always where it makes me laugh and just smile. Part 2 is where it gets me sad and I feel like crying. You don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just taking notes. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you'd like, but it's bugging my head. Does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have put all my language through the filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm suggesting it as a tool to help you turn the differences into a positive experience rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on! Cherry, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been dumped! I've been duped! Duped! Whatever, I've been words. I've been sliding in the wrong direction. I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you later. I bet a cherry sundae. Yes! You're welcome to what? What is that word? Dupe, dop, what? Do me anytime, my beloved president. Buying your people's loyalty. What? Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought the other week. So those cupcakes. Oh, I knew. I was reading it. I'm not keeping track of them. Well, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So that's what I have. That's about the gist of it. So I'm going to try something more relevant to the club. Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not, so... come on! Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. If things get too heated, I go, shut... Everybody chill! That's what I had to do. If anyone fucking, gets out of line, let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to cuddle my feelings. I think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable? Your expression changes into that word. Monica recalls being respected was the crux, man, of the matter for Yuri. The point of this exercise isn't exactly like it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuisance in my reading material. Look for stories that are even and sophisticated beyond the surface level. That's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga is for children, or something like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past the point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Oh shit! Wait, hold on. Can I jump in here? Hold up. Hold your fucking horses. Holy shit. Let's try to keep things subjective. Like Monica said, she'll jump in. Because if you're not implying the manga is Immature, undue, blind. That someone is immature for not for being alright. Hi. Oh god. Jump in. Maybe it's not immature. I judge people for having different taste than you. Natsuki. Nobody's immature. Ah, my nose! I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about this is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? Oh god, I knew that this was gonna make people upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me. So I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. Oh god, this is a fight! You can't blame me for getting so defensive when nobody ever had the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What? Have you looked in my... What? Have you looked in a mirror? Oh, have you looked in a mirror? I thought you said, have you looked in my mirror? I was like, what? Like, she broke into your house just to look in the mirror like, I was so fine. Tell me again. I respect that for calling on my own interests immature. Holy shit, you can't. Monica, jump in. Everybody chill! That should be what happens right now. Just fuck it. It's a fight. Just shut up. Go away. Please stop. Okay, thank you. Holy shit. Monica, you lied. You lied. She said, I'm gonna jump in if shit gets too heated. Then what she ends up doing? Shit, what do I do now? Sayori had to be the one to jump in. This is stupid. No, what? Monica, you lied. You lied to everyone. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. I think they mean it fully. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen. You said you would calm shit down. You didn't. Well, it did. So please, don't invite yourself to try to solve other people's problems next time, okay? Yuri's piercing words send the club room into a choked silence. As she gathers her things, she leaves. Holy crap! I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice, so either. Okay, shut the fuck up. Can we all, like, stop? I was just saying. How did this happen? I'm as confused as you. It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I was wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do. Ah, my ear, dude. Ah. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but yeah, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. I have monkey ears. Just randomly just hops in and is like, hey, I have monkey ears. It's not about sugarcoating things. It's about Jesus, recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Wait, isn't this like the second time Yuri has fled the club room? Because the first time she did it, she wasn't wanting to like you know, she wasn't wanting to see Sayori because, you know, of everything. You know, because she thought that Sayori hated her, and then now she just left because, well, they got into the fight. She's like, this is embarrassing. Yuri actually looks down upon me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just like the way we talk about each other, right? I thought you said you didn't fucking talk about people behind their backs. I mean, alright, isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow. I'm just, like, saying that insistently. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to... You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But... it's fine. I promise. Let's just get our minds off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want. Just don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. Dude, I thought Natsuki said she wouldn't talk behind people behind her backs. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and we don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but Ernestine, this was given away by how much she had forced to the reassuring tone of her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri were always engaged with each other, at least, oh god, the least out of anyone in this reason. As Yuri and Natsuki proceeded to shut themselves in Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Bro, what the fuck happened? Bro, that's crazy.